We are finally back after a short break during the Christmas and New Year's. We got to spend some time with family and friends, and hopefully you did too. We're super excited to be back and posting fantasy hockey videos again. We're now in the third half of the fantasy hockey season and the final stretch before playoffs. These are the weeks you're going to want to be streaming players and looking to take advantage of each and every matchup to put yourself in the best possible position to win. And this video, I'm going to be breaking down the best and worst schedules for this coming week, my favorite stream targets, and my favorite goalies that you should be looking to stream for this week to maximize your schedule and put yourself in the best possible position to win. My name's Mike, and let's jump into the video. It is a relatively light schedule this week, and there are not a lot of teams that we can be focusing in on, but the Dallas Stars, Minnesota Wild, and Philadelphia Flyers all have 4 games this week with 3 games on the off nights. The off nights this week, January 8th, 10th, 12th, and 14th, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. The same thing each and every week. So luckily, there are 3 teams that we can be targeting from. If it's Saturday or Sunday, I would likely be looking to add players from these teams to help prepare yourself a little bit earlier going into next week. Now, the Rangers this week also have 4 games and 2 games on the off night. They would be a team I would be looking to target, but because there's 3 other options with the 3 off night games, I'm definitely going to be looking more towards Dallas, Minnesota, and Philly. Lastly, the Bruins, Leafs, and Vancouver, 3 teams I would love to stream from. All have just 1 off night this week. They all play on the busy nights, so I would probably not be looking to stream from them. Just Dallas, Minnesota, and Philly, and I'll get into the players in a little bit. The worst schedule this week, there are 3 teams with just 2 games: Carolina, Columbus, and the New Jersey Devils. I'm not going to say too far the slide. There are a ton of teams that play 3 games on all 3 busy nights this week. Not teams I'd be looking to stream from, but teams where if you own their players, definitely be looking to start them. I added the little plus symbol because there's just way too many teams to capture here. At the time of recording, just 36% of you are subscribed to the channel, so if you've enjoyed the content so far, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all the content that we're going to be pumping out for the rest of the season. In addition, we have updated our projections for the rest of the season. If you're interested in gaining access to that, head on over to our Patreon. The link will be in the description. If you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment in this video or simply message me on Discord. Let's jump back into the video, guys. Okay, the bread and butter of the video. Hopefully you skipped to this part. These are the priority players that I would be looking to stream for this coming week. Starting us off with Owen Tippett. He's 56% rostered, which is a lot lower than he should be. But nonetheless, I think if you're in 10 or 8 team leagues, he's likely available on your free agency. A guy with over 130 shots and over 50 hits so far this season. Skating line 2, power play 1. He's going to get you an elite shot and hit mix, as long as some opportunity to put up some offensive points on the top power play unit. Their schedule this week: every team with the 4 games and 3 off nights play in the exact same days. So the 8th, 10th, and 12th, which are the off days, and then the 13th, which is the busy night. Definitely a priority stream in 12 team leagues. If you're looking to grab any forward, this would definitely be the guy I would be wanting to own, but he's probably not available. He shouldn't be available in those 12 team leagues. Next up, Mason Marchment, another guy with very solid shot and hit mix. Actually on the Dallas Stars, I was looking in one of the leagues for my free agency, and it's Yanni Hakanpää who leads hits on my free agency for the Dallas Stars, and then Mason Marchment. So a guy that's going to give you some solid shot and hit upside. He's skating line 2, power play 2. The Stars have been very good offensively, so this is definitely someone I'd be looking to target. Left wing eligibility as well. Now for the centers here, Wyatt Johnson, a second-year young player in the league. Very solid shot volume. He has about 23 points on the season. Line 3, power play 2, going to get you 15 plus minutes a night, as well as 3 games on the off nights. And lastly, Marco Rossi. Now, there are some players coming back from injury for the Minnesota Wild. We know Matt Zuccarello is back today. It's Saturday the 6th. And we don't know if Rossi is going to stay on that top power play unit. But as of now, he's currently skating the top power play unit at just 9% rostered. In those deeper leagues, definitely someone I'd be looking to stream this week. Moving on to the other forwards I'd be looking to stream. Still priority for these guys. It's just contingent on who's available and who's not. There's 3 guys from the Philadelphia Flyers, as the other 2 teams just didn't have anyone as intriguing as these players. But Joel Farabee skating line 1, power play 1, left wing eligible at 20% rostered. If you're looking for a winger and you're down in the power play points category or down in the points category, this is definitely more of a guy I'd be looking to stream. With Sean Couturier, very solid minutes. He plays He's a workhorse on the Philadelphia Flyers. Again, line 1, power play 1. Has solid peripherals and face-off wins. So if you're in a face-off wins league, he's definitely a guy I'd be targeting over the other centerman mentioned. And Scott Laughton of the Philadelphia Flyers, the last player on that team I'd be looking to stream. For the forwards, he has solid shot and hit mix, around 80 plus shots and 40 plus hits. So a guy I'd be looking to stream there if you're looking for those solid floor players. Lastly, Marcus Foligno. This is strictly a player I'd be looking to stream if you're down in hits for the week, or if your team is just lacking hits overall. Foligno should get you around 3 to 4 hits per night. With 4 games scheduled this week, there's an opportunity to put up around 12 hits. Now, I just want to mention he's currently day-to-day, so I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be playing next week, so definitely keep an eye on that. But I wanted to include him, as with the 3 teams with the 4 games and 3 off nights, he is by far the best hit volume forward available. Some very solid defenseman streamers, and honestly 2 guys I think that could be long-term holds in fantasy. Brock Faber of the Minnesota Wild, just 23% roster, has been playing massive minutes. It looks like Spurgeon is still dealing with something day to day, and when he is, Faber becomes that pair 1, power play 1 defenseman on a very solid Minnesota team. With Kaprizov out, it does hurt their power play quite a bit and their offensive opportunities, but still, you're going to be grabbing a defenseman that's going to be playing massive minutes with solid peripherals and skating on the top power play unit. There's really nothing to go wrong with Faber, a very solid high floor defenseman. With Thomas Harley here, we do know now that there's news that Miro Heiskanen's week to week. Harley's going to be stepping into a much bigger role, and they have a very favorable schedule this week, so there's a lot to like there from Harley. He's going to be skating pair 1, power play 1. He's been very solid this season, and he was a first-round pick, former first-round pick, so there are some upside opportunities here with Harley, and definitely a good opportunity to add him with Heiskanen on the IR. Igor Zamula right now is currently skating on the top power play unit for the Flyers. They actually have the worst power play in the NHL, but still an opportunity to grab a guy with a decent floor in terms of peripherals, but also skate on the top power play unit. This is much more of a deeper league type of ad, but still a power play 1 defenseman with a solid schedule this week is definitely someone I'd be looking to roster. Lastly, Jani Hakanpää, arguably the best name in the NHL right now. 9% rostered. He's pair 2. Going to be giving you a little bit more minutes than what we've seen in the past. Now that Heiskanen is out, there are minutes to disperse, and hopefully Hakanpää can continue to play that 20-plus minutes that we've seen so far this season. And he has very, very elite hit volume. So if you're looking to grab 2 players to up your hit volume for the week, Marcus Foligno and Jani Hakanpää can easily win your hit volume for the entire week. Finally, rounding this video out, there are 3 goalies I'd be looking to target. There were just a few back-to-backs, and I'm not sure if backup goalies will be starting in games when there's an off night before, but these are the 3 goalies that do have back-to-backs this week, so we can safely assume that they should be getting a start. Now, Jake Ottinger is facing shots right now. I'm not entirely sure if he will be back this week. If not, Matt Murray, not the Matt Murray of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the other Matt Murray, goalie of the Dallas Stars, should be starting January 13th on the road against Chicago. A very favorable matchup. They should at least be minus 200 favorites, maybe even more depending on the status of Connor Bedard, but right now he looks like a great option late in the week. Jonathan Quick, I am very surprised at his ownership, but I understand he's been super good this year. 47% rostered. He has a game January 14th on Sunday night at Washington. It's the second half of a back-to-back against Washington. I think a very favorable matchup for the first place team in the NHL, the New York Rangers. Lastly, Casey DeSmith early in the week has a matchup on the road against the Islanders. They play on the first night against the Rangers and then on Tuesday against the Islanders. Hopefully the Islanders matchup is a little bit more favorable for DeSmith at 14% rostered. I assume Demko is going to get the Rangers. So with DeSmith here, not a bad stream option on the 9th if you need a goalie. That will do it for the Week 14 schedule preview. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.